Therefore, the Senate was wrong in saying they had to finish that matter the following day by Tuesday. All that is on the record. And finally, this is not what I taught my pupil, Professor. I told him to always tell the truth.
My Lord, I was interrupted. I was unfairly interrupted by my pupil master. But my Lord, the point was that there was time given between 3 to 5 p.m. And none of the affidavits or what is displayed in the affidavits was presented to Senate. So I'm just stating, my Lord, that we would then need to respond. And that is why perhaps tomorrow, on our part, we may not be able to proceed. We may ask the court for a date after the responses. Then we'll make a decision on whether or not we'll want Gikonyo in court or whether we just want to respond, because the Senate as an independent arm or organ did its trial properly within the law as clearly submitted. And we should deal with all those issues, my Lord, as set out in the affidavit of Nyegenye, the clerk to the Senate. So I think I'm sure we'll all agree that we file first, then we then submit after that for Senate.
Yeah, my Lord, just before you give your directions, I've also had opportunity to confer with my colleagues with whom we are representing the National Assembly, together with counsel appearing for Mr. Mutuse. And it would appear, from what you can see playing out, that the question of fair hearing cuts across each of the respondents. And so the proposal would be that we then all come on that 13th. You give us a block date on which we will then deal with all our responses, particularly because Professor Gidu has finished, and I think we can't go beyond a day. In any case, we'll still need to take instructions and confer as between ourselves as to whether it might even be necessary to subject the Honorable Rigathi Gachagua to a second medical opinion. So these are things that would have a bearing onto what we'll be responding to, and it may be important for us to get time before we come before you. Our plea, therefore, is that you allow us to to come up on the 13th, take the date for our responses. Most obliged.
My Lord, on behalf of the second interested party, we will need, when we get there, at least 2 hours to highlight our submissions. The reason is that many allegations are made against our client, His Excellency Professor Kithure Kindiki, and he is the person who perhaps stands to lose most should these petitions succeed. If the relief sought against his nomination and approval by the National Assembly. And lastly, I can confirm we have instructions to cross-examine Dr. Gikonyo. So as you give your directions, maybe you may want to weigh that also.
So nobody's ready to proceed tomorrow?
My Lord, from the petitioner's side, we've conferred, and our suggestion is that there are other respondents the court can hear tomorrow. We are ready to come before the court for this hearing. And the court had already given, the court, my Lord, had already given directions when it ruled on the matter of the affidavit, and I won't be long, my Lord. On the question of a second medical examination, my Lord, with respect to my learned friend and very good friend, Mr. Gumbo, this is not a running down claim. It's only the Insurance Act that mandatorily requires a second medical examination. I am on my feet, my Lord, if I conclude. So that issue is a non-issue in the proceedings before you. In any case, it is res judicata. You've already ruled on the manner that the affidavit and cross-examination of Dr. Gikonyo will be conducted on the adjourned date. You also gave a date. And you then ruled that tomorrow we proceed with highlighting of submissions and reserve the adjourned date for further proceedings then. Thank you, my Lord.
My Lord, if I may just put a few things on record on behalf of the respondent.
My Lord, the petitioners have introduced, in a most unprocedural manner, but the court has regularized that, an affidavit that contains a medical report. Now, it is evidence 101 that there is no amount of cross-examination that you can subject a professional who has proffered a professional opinion. If that medical report is on record, the only way we can counter that medical report, my Lord, is by another medical report. And to produce a medical report, the subject of that medical report must be examined by another doctor. It is our right to determine how we respond. Once they have introduced it, it is not for them to determine how we respond to it. That is how we have chosen to respond to it, not them, nor the court can dictate how we respond. So that is the manner in which we want to proceed, unless, of course, they want to withdraw that medical report so that we can proceed even tonight. I'm most obliged.
What we want to know...
I can also confirm if they are willing to withdraw it, we can also proceed even tonight.
We have not asked for any assistance by seeing our client, the petitioner, or making decisions. If we ever came to that, we would definitely do so directly to you without embarrassing the court by making the requests through the court. But, my lords, your ladyship, we want this matter to proceed along the lines that the court had already outlined in the directions, which we are clear that our opponents here proceed with highlighting their submissions, leaving out only the issue of the report by Dr. Gikonyo. And without any hesitation, we agreed to avail Dr. Gikonyo as a witness here. I would plead that the court sticks to those directions so that we utilize tomorrow, then we come back and Dr. Gikonyo will be here for cross-examination.
I think we have given directions on how we want to proceed. And it's also important that Council also consider that you are not the only parties in this place. Judiciary, us also, we must consider us. This is a three-judge bench. We have tried to manage to manage our program. We also have a program. And this is not the only work that we are doing. We are in several benches and our usual course list. Any delay of 1 day can take this matter to July. Any delay of 1 day can take this matter to July or September. So you must also decide how you want to proceed. Because, again, even this hall, we procure it at a serious cost. If we adjourn today, we will not be able to provide you with this hall. Because this hall, we paid for it. We procured it, and we paid a lot of money for it. So if we lose tomorrow, we'll go back to our small court. And several other things. I would want to urge this, that repetition is not bad. Let us proceed the way you had planned. You can still repeat yourself on Wednesday, if need be. Because we said the issues concerning the affidavit can be adjudicated separately. But if you feel that you want to repeat yourself on those issues, there's no problem. But we must proceed tomorrow. There are other people, other parties here, IEBC, and several other people. Dr. Kionkulu, you have no problem proceeding tomorrow?
I have no problem, my lord.
Yes. We will proceed tomorrow as from We will proceed tomorrow as from 10.
Just before you rise, in a quick consultation, we stand guided by your directions. Just the slight variation being that the council appearing for the National Assembly and the Senate would then be yielding ground so that any other respondent who is ready to proceed tomorrow can proceed, but you then reserve time for us on Wednesday after we'll have put our records in place.
That is okay.
Most of that.
Yeah, so the rest of the respondents, we can hear you tomorrow.
That it would appear that there could just be one or two respondents at most for tomorrow, just so that we project on how we'll use the day tomorrow.
Who are they? Who are they for tomorrow?
Kamodo, for the 10th respondent,
Yes.
on our part, we would rather proceed on Wednesday. So may it go on record that tomorrow we may not be in a position to participate, given that we will need to consult on that critical issue about the affidavit, which in a heavy way touches on critical clients who are part of our party, the party leader and the deputy party leader, who have been put at an adverse position in that affidavit.
Just sit down. Just sit down. I think we will not be in a position to compel you to proceed tomorrow. We'll proceed on Wednesday in Court 118. We proceed on Wednesday in Court 118. We are not prepared to procure this place again.
We are most obliged. I think we'll contend with this council.
That's the 13th.
At what time? At 9. So we adjourn the matter to 13th of May. That is next Wednesday at 9 a.m. courtroom 418, our usual court. Thank you very much.
Hello. Roni amekuja. Sasa wapi akuja nisaidie kubeba vitu. Hebu ambia Virginia angalia kwa PJ aone kama Roni ako hapo akuje.
Halo. Umefika kazi imeisha, sijapenda, niko fresh. Wangesukuma hadi 12 bana. Lakini hiyo light lazima ingefika. Hiyo light kutokolea. Sasa next time unakuja mwenye anakuja video